Cheer. You already know, it's your boy Joe back at it again, CodingPhase.com. In this video, we are going to be looking at a portfolio from a student of ours at CodingPhase.com that recently got hired. And I wanted to showcase his work because he has some really good projects on his portfolio. And on top of that, discuss like what he did differently than most people that's out here that's like looking for their first job opportunity, and for whatever reason they can't get it, right? So yeah, let's get started. I'm also going to share a section of the live stream where he actually announced that he got hired on our accountability meetings. For those of you guys that don't know, on Coding Phase, we have the Diamond membership, which is pretty much everything that's on the website. We give you all of the services, everything that we have on codingphase.com, right? Including the Tech Accelerator program, right? Basically, when you become a Diamond member, you get access to meetings every single week. On Monday, we have a 2-hour meeting. On Wednesday, you also have a meeting with Karen where she can help you out on tech support, anything that you get stuck on. Again, it's a lot of stuff that comes with being a Diamond member. So this meeting is from the Diamond membership from last week. So again, shout out to Fred. But yeah, let's just go ahead and begin. Let me see if I pull up the video. So we're gonna start with the actual live stream, and then from there we're gonna go in and Fred, what's good? We're gonna get into
What's
it.
up, Joe?
What's going on, bro?
Y'all.
Yeah.
So, boy finally got hired.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, remember that weekend we were speaking?
Mm-hmm.
And it was that same job, the one that they had hired 2 other candidates.
Mm-hmm.
But they're saying it was a close decision with me, whatever. But so I was supposed to be like the next one up. So they had hit me up and let me know one of, I guess, the new hires had resigned.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're pretty much like, all right, well, do you want to take this job? If not, then we're going to end up posting this on ZipRecruiter or Indeed. And it's like, no. I was like, hell yeah, I want that job. And so,
yeah, give me that, man. No, stuff like that happens. That's why it's so important to continue applying, going to the job interviews. Sometimes they might go with somebody and they say, well, maybe we'll choose this guy. But then if that person gets a better offer, then they're going to jump ship. But guess what? You're like, the second best in there. Not saying that you're like second, but it's like they chose that guy, but now it's like, okay, cool. Who is the next guy that we should have hired? And then they're like, okay, let's talk to Fred. Let's see what's going on with him. So, things happens like that. You know what I mean? That's why when people be like, oh, it's luck. This is not, it's not luck. It's just you putting yourself in the right position at the right time. You get what I'm saying? So I'm glad that, we could get you in there, man. Congrats on that, man. Bro. You deserve it.
Wait 4 years now. Man, but so it's pretty much it's a small business.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be like 3 developers, me and a new hire, and then the lead web developer. And so pretty much we're just using WordPress. And so we're pretty much using like a content management system to build or design sites. And I'm supposed to start on June 17th. So I already put in my 2 weeks at my job, and
yeah, that's it. It's serious now.
For real, man. Because I work at Wells Fargo right now at the call center, so I'm just taking calls. I'm like, yeah, I'm just breathing my last days.
You ain't gonna see me here no more. It's like, yeah,
right. Like
wait
customer
till I get my money right. Yo, I'm stupid, yo.
My last complaint from this caller, bro.
Yeah, bro. Nah, that's what's up, man. And like same thing that I told Eric is like, yo, this is just the beginning. This is how you get your start in. Shout out to Eric, right here. He also got hired, got a contract job, the week before. So shout out to him. And I'm happy that he came back and shared it. A lot of times people come in and, come through Coding Phase, get hired, right? Never really update us on, where they at in the process. Hey, I'm going to interviews. Hey, I already got hired, etc. People just go in and, you know, they come in, they get the courses, they get the service, and once they get the job, they keep it moving, right? And it's fine, right? But again, I always tell people this. We built this platform not to just be a place where you could just take a course, right? This is why we have the Diamond membership. I could go in and sell each course individually and just say, hey guys, I'm just gonna sell it for $10, $20 each course. But guess what? Then you wouldn't get none of the services, you wouldn't get the community, right? You wouldn't get that personal touch that you get at CodingPhase, right? And I think it's very important that once you get your job and you get hired, it's very, very important for you to come back and share that with the community, okay? And also be part of the community, because initially a lot of people help developers out in the community. Like, let's say there's a guy that already finished a course and you're stuck somewhere, someone will help you out, either us or another student that already passed that part, right? So if people help you out through this process, come back and share, your wins with the community, because it's very important. There's people that, they're on the edge of quitting. Let's just be honest. There's people that they're like, man, I'm going through this thing, but I'm having a hard time learning, or hey, I'm going to, interviews and I haven't gotten my first job, and they're already at the edge. They're already like, one step in the air and another step on the edge. Like, yo, we out of here, right? So having these moments, really helps out for morale and to give them a preview of what's gonna happen to them when they stay consistent. Okay, it's very important to stay consistent. Okay, for those of you guys that don't know, Fred, came in last year, right? And I would say he's in and out, right? In and out, right? He come in, do the courses, do what he needs to do, right? Start going to a couple of interviews, right? There was a couple of things that he needed to fix on his portfolio. The portfolio that he has now wasn't the one that he had originally, right? But from there, he improved it. And every week, he's been improving on his portfolio. From there, he started going to some interviews. But for whatever reason, he never was picked as like, hey, this is the guy that we're going to want, right? Initially, right? And that's something that I always tell everyone that's here. It's like, you're doing a new career, right? Going to the interviews is very important, because this is how you're going to prepare to be able to get the job, right? Even if you don't get the job, don't feel down. Don't feel like, man, this sucks. I didn't get the job. I really wanted to get this job right now. Oh, don't be that guy. What you want to do is you want to stay consistent, continue to apply, right? This is something that I want to let you guys know, and everyone that's watching this, right? No one is interviewing people unless they are a prospect for that position. Someone that they say, guess what? This guy seems legit. He's somebody that, we can give him this role. Now, once you go to the interviews is where you have to be confident, where you have to be able to demonstrate your skills, discuss what you can do for the company, where you see yourself in 5 years, why are you excited for this job position, etc. Like, you have to convince them that you are the one, because they already know that you can do the job. No one is interviewing people just to interview them, right? I've been seeing this thing on social media where I've seen, on TikTok, there's this new trend of like people saying, yeah, because they're posting jobs because, they just want to fill up the job boards. Do you understand? People got to pay for the jobs that pop up. Yeah, well, they're doing interviews without planning on hiring nobody. No, it's just you're not ready yet. It's that simple. There's somebody better than you out there. That's the truth. That's more qualified. It's not that they posted a job, and when they posted the job, that they're like, okay, we're just gonna post it for the hell of it. No, they don't want. No one wants to go in and spend half an hour to an hour interviewing somebody just for the hell of it. No one wants to go in and post on ZipRecruiter, Indeed.com, Dice.com, a bunch of other places on the career website, and then just to go in and post it just for the hell of it. No, they're looking for a candidate. Okay, so you have to understand that when you go in and you have your portfolio and your portfolio is good, that's the first stage. And even before that, I break it down for every single one of you guys that's watching this, because I really want to help you guys out. Even if you're not my student, I want to give you value so you can understand that, guess what, this thing works. First of all, you need to have the right skills, right? Understand where you at so you can plan how to get to where you want to be, okay? Without that, you're not going nowhere. Okay, so once you have the skill, then from there you need the right portfolio, something that's gonna catch the person's attention, and then from there you're gonna go in, and once you have them engaged, you're gonna show them some really banging portfolio projects that are related to the position that you're applying to, right? If I'm applying to, I don't know, I'm applying to front end development, right? What does 25 to-do apps and little back-end projects have to do with me being a front-end developer? Do you get what I'm saying? Hey, I'm applying for email developer, but guess what? In my email developer portfolio, I have no emails. What does that have to do with this job that I'm trying to to apply to, right? Hey, I want to apply to as a content manager for a company, helping them manage their websites. But guess what? All I have is React projects. What does that have to do with the position that you are applying to? Nothing. So when the person lands on your portfolio, right? Even if you have a good, engaging portfolio, when they get to your projects, it has nothing to do with the type of work that we need you to do, right? Every single little thing that you do to get this job has to be like on a checklist. And if you don't have all those checklists, right, then you're not going nowhere. Let me know on the comment section for anybody, you know, that's watching this on the replay. Let me know in the comment section if you would like me to create a checklist, a complete checklist for you, breaking down every single step that you need to do to be able to get hired. And if you're interested in that, let me know. Okay, I'll give it to you guys 100% for free, just to make sure to help you guys out. Okay, I want to give you guys a lot of value, so to make sure that you guys fix whatever you're doing, right? So again, once you have that, right, the fight is not over, right? You have a great portfolio, you have the great projects. The fight is not over. You still now have to go to the interviews and literally impress the person, okay? And this is something that a lot of people have problems with, because going to an interview, let's say, for example, being a truck driver, it's not the same thing as being a developer, right? Going to an interview working at a call center, right, it's not the same type of interviews that you're going to be doing as a developer. You know, working as a teacher, right? Those type of interviews are not the same as a developer, right? They're looking for extra things that helps you stand out. So once you got into that point, that lets you know I'm ready to get hired. Now what I need to work on is on the interview process, right? I had somebody that hit me up the other day, another student of mine, right? And he was telling me, he's like, hey man, you know, I got the skills, I know everything, I'm getting interviews, but I can't land a position. You know, every time that, you know, I get to talk to them, I'm a little bit nervous, I'm having anxiety, I'm having a whole bunch of stuff happening to me. You know, and I asked him, hey man, when you do the Zoom calls, are you, you know, turning on your camera? This is just the basic stuff. You're never going to get hired. You're not going to get hired by not even showing your face. People need to like you, right? This is like the last stage. This is the final boss. The final boss is, do I like you or not? Because guess what? There's people that's out here that are qualified, but don't know how to sell themselves, don't know how to communicate. I don't want to work with somebody I can't communicate, because this is a job that's very, you know, it's pretty much collaboration all day. Collaborate with the designer, collaborate with the CEO, collaborate with the other programmers, collaborate with the marketing team, collaborate with the HR person who might ask you some questions about the other person. Are you going to snitch or not? You know what I'm saying? There's always collaboration. There's always conversations. And most of the time it's through Zoom or, a stand-up meeting every week, right? Or it could be through messages, but someone needs to talk to you. So if you don't know how to talk to people, it don't matter if it's this job or any other job, right? You just not gonna be able to get that, right? So that's something that you have to work on. So again, let's go into Fred's portfolio and see the quality of work that Fred has, because Fred already could have been hired, right? Now again, I'm not in Fred's interviews. I don't know what's happening there, but I know that over time, for sure, he has improved on his interviews. And that's what landed him the position. Also, too, following through. Sometimes once we have an interview, we don't contact back the company or reach out to them. Send them a message. Send them a message on LinkedIn, right? And, whoever interview you, shoot, it don't take you nothing to go in and say, hey, man, thank you for the interview. I really appreciate it. Because then now that leaves something on them. They're like, oh, shoot, man, you know what? Fred is legit, right? And that has happened to me, right? Where, I remember the last company I was working for, we had to hire somebody, right? And we thought the person that we hired was the best candidate, right? Because he came in, he basically sold us a dream. He's like, yeah, we're like, oh, we need you to learn Laravel. We're using Laravel for this and that, da. The guy came in and was like, yeah, man, it don't cost me nothing to learn Laravel. I could definitely do it on my off days. I know there's a website that has great tutorials for Laravel, da. I was like, oh, sure. I was very impressed that he was gonna take the initiative to do the work. So again, I gave that guy the job instead of giving it to someone else, because of the initiative that he showed, right? And then what was funny was that the guy that we gave the job to was a bullshitter. He didn't do nothing. He didn't even learn Laravel. Once he got the job, he just coasted. The dude would come in at fucking 11 o'clock in the morning, leave by 2 o'clock, and I'm like, yo, wait, what? What's going on here, right? Some crazy situation, right? But funny enough, then from there, we went back into those people that we interviewed, right, before him, and we brought some of those people into the office and hired them, which is the same situation that happened with Fred, right? Fred was one of the top guys, right? And I remember we was talking about this on Discord. By the way, join the Discord. We do conversations in there. We hang out. When we don't hang out here on live stream, we hang out on Discord. And he was telling me, he's like, yeah, man, I went to this interview. It seemed like everything went pretty good. I'm basically in the final stage. And for whatever reason, they decided to go with the next person. Something happened there. Guess what? It didn't pan out. Guess what? Hey, let's hit up Fred. Because Fred was the guy that we should have chose. You get what I'm saying? That happens all the time. So always, when you go to these interviews, even when you don't get the position, initially, shit could pan out your way, no matter what. Because if you was a great candidate, that means that they're going to call you up next. You get what I'm saying? So don't feel down or be like, man, I can't believe I didn't get the job. I get this and that. It's like, nah, follow through and keep it moving. Go to the next interview. That's it. Your energy got to stay up. So yeah, let's continue with this. So again, this is Fred's portfolio. Very nice, right? Very good picture of himself, right? In here, pretty straightforward, right? He got the follow me, got his LinkedIn, got the skills exactly for what he's going for: HTML, CSS, MailChimp, Sketch, WordPress, Shopify. Guess what? So if he's applying for web administrator, email developer, webmaster, right? Any of those positions, right? Everything that we have here on CodingPhase.com. Again, guys, if you haven't gone to CodingPhase.com, there's so much information in here that it doesn't matter if you come and sign up to CodingPhase.com. I don't care. I want you guys to go to CodingPhase.com and read through all the information that I gave you guys in here. Okay, this is pretty much everything that you need to know. Okay, entry-level positions: content editor, web producer, webmaster, product editor, email developer, Shopify developer. Those are the positions that's gonna get you hired. Okay, especially right now. Okay, these are your entry-level positions. There's 4 levels right now, guys. There is no, hey, without no experience, I could get a junior level position. That shit doesn't work no more. Okay, you got to start on the entry level. Then from there, you have your junior level positions, which is 1 to 2 years of experience. Once you have 1 to 2 years of experience, you are a junior developer, right? Once you have 2 to 4 years of experience, then now you're a mid-level developer, right? From there, once you have more than 4+ years, that's when you're a senior level developer. At that point, you should be already as a senior, right? Especially if you follow through and continue learning and growing as a developer. But this is where, you're going to get that information. That's your career timeline. And I'm giving you exactly the type of jobs that you need to be applying to on that timeline. Okay. So definitely go check it out on CodingPhase.com. So again, if he's going for any of those entry-level positions, he just confirmed it to them. These are the skills that I have right now. And this is the type of roles that I'm going for, right? Going in, boom, giving you information about who I am, right? I have another picture of myself in here, giving you just, I'm a likable dude. I'm a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, that works, okay? So in here we have his projects. Lexus, right? Very nice email, okay? Everything works exactly how it's supposed to. Okay, looks nice and professional. Skillshare email. Another one, right? Very nice and professional. Everything works like it's supposed to. Okay, Whataburger emails. Okay. Now you might say, hey Joe, but isn't this like major companies? Why should I go in and use their emails and not use random template, or maybe I could create my own design? Why? Because number one, these are brands and companies that everyone knows. Okay. First of all, most people don't even know if you actually built this for those companies or you did this as a project to test yourself. They don't know that. So when you're able to go in and create these emails from, this companies and have it at a professional level, very nicely designed, everything works like how it's supposed to, guess what? It lets the person know this guy, he's not here, right? He's not at the bottom. He's not starting up. He's like, he barely got any skills. No, he can compete with the best of them. He's doing projects at the level of Apple, at the level of Whataburger, at the level of the Lexus company. Like, all we have to do is give him the work, give him the design, and he can build it. Now, if I go in and I show you a shitty portfolio, a shitty design, some shit that is not even halfway good, what does that make me look? That lets them know, hey, this guy's a beginner. He's a newbie. You get what I'm saying? He's a newbie. He can't really do this at a certain level. And even though you might work at a company where they don't even have great design, right? But you know what that does? That tells them, hey, if we do give him a really good design, he can build it. If we want him to build at that level, he can take us there. You get what I'm saying? So that's something that you want to keep in mind, all right? Let's see. Let's continue with this, okay? Highest fashion Shopify page, all right? This is a Shopify page that he created. Let's go into this. Okay, spring sale happening. Very nice. Okay, very nice. Nice and clean. Telling a story of a brand. right? Got some blog posts, right? It's just about taking your time with it, okay? Taking your time with it, adding the right images, adding the right information, right? This is we could say like a mock-up website, right? But guess what? By him actually putting in the work and putting in the time of creating the right project, the right products, right? Adding all of the details to them, right? Making sure that it has all of the different types of products. It takes time, but it's all in the details, because if I go in and I see this website, I don't know if this is a real brand or this is a project that he just did to practice. I can't tell. I really can't tell. The only thing that could give it away is having the password that you have to add, right? But other than that, that could also be a website that he gave to a client and he also has a copy of. That's why he has a password. You get what I'm saying? This is the human nature thing that I always tell you guys, right? Human psychology. I don't know if this guy's been doing this shit for 10 years. That's how the portfolio looks. So even if he's a beginner, I can't tell he's a beginner. Now, again, this is for some of you guys that's watching this. And I always see this all the time, because we could go into like some of the comments of, on my other video for like portfolio review. Let me see, like on this one, right? Let me see. Let me see, where is it? There's some, okay, so this is the one that I'm talking about. Shout out to Stefan from Serbia. We gave him a 9.5 on his portfolio review, and people lost their mind, right? There's a lot of people that see this portfolio and they're like, yes, this is a great portfolio, okay? But then there's a lot of other people that come in that don't even have a job, don't even get no interviews. They're nowhere near the level of work that Stefan has. And they say, well, I know Python. I know Next.js. I know TypeScript. I know this, and that, right? They know a million shit, but they still don't have a job. And when you go in and you will say, hey, let me see your portfolio, they don't even coming back because they don't have a good portfolio. They think in their head, I have so much skills because they've taken a million Udemy courses. They've taken a million YouTube tutorials. They're constantly updating their skills with new shit and new shit and new shit that is not required for them to get a job. And they think they are above other people. There's somebody on the comment section that will pop up and say, this portfolio's not good. This project's, oh my God, this is so easy. If it's so easy, how about you do it? How about you do it? There's people that they're geniuses at home, a million projects they've worked on open source and can't build none of this shit. They're not at this level. When someone goes to their portfolio, they still look like beginners. I got 5 years coding. You still look like a fucking beginner. Because you don't understand the concept that when someone is trying to find their first job, you got to know your role. It don't matter that you say, well, I know how to build this full stack applications and all this shit, when in reality, your apps look like shit. That logically, under the hood, it works, but it still looks like shit. You're not going to get a job with that. Do you understand that? You have to go in and present it properly. I could go in and build, an application on .NET, right? What was the old school .NET forms or some shit like that? And if it looks like shit, like it looks like a Windows XP application, people's going to look at me like, yo, this shit look crazy. This is not at the level of a professional. You're at the level of a beginner. So when you go in and you do that and you have those type of projects on your portfolio, what you're doing is you're showing up to this interviews like, please give me a chance because I got potential. Fuck potential. I'm the man. This is the type of level that projects that I can do. Fuck your potential. You giving me a job because I'm qualified. You get what I'm saying? There's a huge difference. And sometimes you got to know your role, right? Shout out to Fred. Fred knows exactly where he's at, right? These are the skills that he has. These are the roles that he actually qualifies for. This is the difference between what he's doing and what a lot of you guys are doing. You're trying to do too much all at once. And guess what? You're not mastering anything and you're not presenting yourself as a professional in anything. You're just learning and learning and learning. This is what I'm trying to take you guys away from, right? I want you guys to succeed, but you have to follow this. This is your career timeline. Again, you could come to CodingPhase.com, get it for free. Read. It don't cost you nothing to read. There's an app that could actually read it for you if you're so lazy to read, okay? It goes to your site and it reads it for you. I might put in that little option here somewhere as a pop-up. Let it talk to you. Let it read for you, right? These are the entry-level positions. You want to get into the game. Stop looking at this. You're trying to look at this here as a senior level developer and you're trying to become a senior level developer at home. That shit doesn't work. You have to build yourself up. This is the guaranteed way. Okay? This way is what they sell you on. Trying to learn everything that you need to learn to be a senior level developer is what boot camps try to sell you on. And this is why so many people fail as boot camp graduates, because when you go there, you have this idea that when you go to a boot camp, you can skip the steps, right? By just paying more money. It's not about money. It's about skills. You want to get $100,000 plus job, right? But you don't have 3 years under your belt. You're not qualified for that job. That some people might get it, yes. Everything is possible. But you're leaving things to chance. Now you're leaving it to chance. And maybe if I beg enough and I show up to enough interviews and on my knees, somebody will see the potential in me. I don't like to beg for nobody. I've been like this my whole life. And everybody that comes to CodingPhase.com, that's the number one thing that I teach you guys. You don't have to beg for a job. You don't have to beg for an opportunity if you do it properly. You got to know where you're at to be able to plan out how you're going to get to where you want to be at. You're a new developer, right? Trying to learn at home, right? You got no degree. You got no background in this. You don't have years of experience, right? These are the roles that will give you a job. Okay? These are the roles that will give you a job. Content editor, web producer, webmaster, product editor, email developer, Shopify developer. No one's telling you that you're going to get stuck here. Get that shit out of your head. That if you start from here, you're stuck here. That doesn't work like that. What you're doing is you're saying, hey, let me go in, learn a skill that takes me a month to 2 months to learn, right? Go in and build my portfolio, get to a point where I could start applying to jobs a month later, right? You're not going to get hired that same month, but maybe a month or two later, right? You already got a job. So under 3 months, you're already working. If everything pans out properly. But guess what? What does that do? Now you have experience because you're working at a real company. Now you're using real development tools. You're actually working on a team, right? And guess what? You don't stop learning. You don't say, well, I'm here. I made it. I made it. I'm a content editor. I made it. No, this is step one. This is for you to build your experience so that now you can start applying for front-end developer positions. Now you have a year under your belt. Now you have experience. Now you can discuss what you did for a company. Now you can discuss what you did for clients. Okay? So once you go in and you have that, okay? Once you have that, then from there you continue going down the line. But you got to start somewhere. And dreaming to start at the top is going to stay being a dream. This is was different from Fred's portfolio than most of the people that's in here and that's watching this, a year from now, 2 years from now, right? He knows what position he's in. He knows what type of skill he currently has. It's not that he don't know anything else. He can't do anything else. No, this is the position that he currently has. And he's getting a job with that skill. In the next 2 to 3 months, he's going to continue going on the path of learning more about React, learning more about front-end development. And guess what? 6 months from now, he's going to get hired as a front-end developer, making an extra $20,000, $30,000 more. Not by begging, not by kissing ass, not by going to a bunch of meetups and networking and doing all this shit, but by doing it the gradual way. You come in, you learn the skill. Once you learn that skill, what do I qualify for? That's the number one thing you got to ask. I don't need to ask, what's the next framework I need to learn? What's the next best practices? Fuck that. That's going to put you in a loophole, right? That's going to put you in an infinite loop where you're constantly learning a bunch of shit that is not going to get you nowhere. And you're just trying to keep up with whatever the Joneses is doing. You don't want to keep up with a couple of dweebs on the internet. You got to live here in the real world. You got to get your bag. If that shit doesn't make money, you don't need to learn it right now. If you can't get a job with it right now, you don't need to learn it right now. There's people worrying, how do I scale an application to 1 million concurrent users? Guess what? You don't need to learn that right now because no one will trust you to go in and figure that shit out at a company. You're a beginner. You think somebody's going to go in and be like, yo, let's say you work at a restaurant, right? The president is coming down to eat at this restaurant. And they're going to go and pick up the dishwasher and be like, yo, hey, dishwasher, what should we be doing right now? What's going to be on the menu? They're not leaving that shit to you. They're leaving that shit to the guy that got 5, 10 plus years in the game to decide. It's the same thing as development. You're worrying about shit that you shouldn't worry about till 5, 10 years from now. That's the difference of what, Fred is doing and what a lot of you guys is doing. Again, in here, content management, right? Fitbrands.com, right? This is a website he has built with good old WordPress. Pretty sure this is what helped him land a position too. Okay? It's a WordPress website, right? Guess who's hiring right now? It's not the big companies, right? It's the small to medium-sized businesses. They're the ones that is willing to take the risk on a new developer or a new employee. Because at the end of the day, if I'm Google, I got the best options of everybody in the world. I could choose from whoever I want in the world. Right? I'm not choosing the guy that needs to prove himself. I'm choosing the guy that already been doing it for 4 or 5 years. We could go to LinkedIn, right? We could go to LinkedIn. This is something that people don't know how to do research and don't understand how to look for these things and how this shit works. I'll give you an example. We're going to search Google software engineer. Okay? Okay, Google software engineer. We're going to look at how many people that is a Google software engineer came straight out of college or came straight from a boot camp or came from a Udemy course. Okay, we're just going to go in. This is live. This is not prepared. Every time you search this, it's going to give you different results of different people that work at Google. Okay? Here you go, right? Chaitra Kashav. Shout out to Shout out to Chaitra. I like her. Right? Look, this is her experience before she got to Google. Okay? Been doing this since 2006, 2007 in India, right? Goes to India, another job in India. Then from there, technical lead in 2011 to 2016. We're talking already, she already has 9 years right here, right? Continue going up, right? AQR Capital, member of technical staff, then Clearstreet, software engineer, then now present since May 2022. Now she's working as a Google developer. We're talking about 10 plus years before she even got there, okay? From here, let's go in, okay? Experience. Najasi Selinalov. I don't know how to say your name, but here we go, okay? User research intern, 2013, right? Software engineer, 2014. Lead front-end software engineer, Kyra Solution, 2017. Lead front-end engineer, 2018 to 2020. Now in 2020, he goes in and gets a job as a Google engineer. Before he got there, he got 6 months, let's say 2, 3, 6. So we're talking about 7 years before he got to Google. Okay? This is, again, and you could see some people that randomly, right? That it does happen because nothing is impossible. There's going to be people that go straight from college to the major companies, but that's not the norm. Okay? Never put your life on destiny. Don't leave that shit to destiny. You go in and you put it in a way where you say, damn, I don't want to go and leave this shit to destiny or to the lottery system. I want to make sure I get there. Because if I leave it to the lottery system, I might never get there. It's better to go in and say, whoa, this thing's going to take me 5 years. Cool. Let's go on this journey. 5 years goes like this. But if I go in and I start dreaming, and it's like, man, I could do this by next week. You could be here 5 years and still not have a job. I know people that's watching this live stream that's been coding since like 2018 and they still don't got a job. Because they jumped into every other bullshit that's out there, listen to everybody else instead of following what works, which is just put into work. Okay? So again, we going in. Okay? Starts from Bank of America, teacher, right? Now working as software engineer at Google, right? Boom. Joseph Capter. Right? Let's continue with this. Okay? Another one, right? Crystal Sergio. Okay? Now look at this. This is the thing. This is the shit right here. We found one that goes straight from education to then going into becoming a developer at Google. But now let's take a look at this. Okay? We just seen like 3 or 4 people that had to put in the work. Now look at this person's background. Okay? You have National Technical University of Athens, right? Electrical and computer engineering. Goes to the University of California to get a PhD in computer science in Berkeley. Okay? This is the top of the top. Okay? From there goes in, becomes a software engineer intern at Twitter. Then from there comes back, go gets a doctorate, go gets a doctor's degree, basically, postdoctoral research, right? At the University of Pennsylvania, another Ivy League school. And then now is a software engineer. But look at the journey that this person had to go on. Right? Look at the journey that this person had to go on. This shit did not start yesterday. And we're not even counting all the work that he had to put in since high school. This is the shit that people don't understand. When they be like, whoa, how did this guy get in? You don't know his journey. It's not your journey. You're, Billy Bob, the Uber driver. And you're listening to Lil Johnny Chen, who goes to Berkeley University, right? And he's over here eating granola. And he's like, yeah, man, all you have to do is study algorithms and go to Leak Code. But he's not telling you the full fucking story. So you as little Billy Bob, doing deliveries on Uber, right? Your journey is not his. You're going to have to put in the work, the same work that he had to put in, but you're going to have to do it in a different way. Okay? So again, let's continue with this. Okay? Let's go in. Again, Georgia Institute of Technology, right? Georgia Tech, right? Masters of Science, right? Electrical engineering, machine learning, research assistant at Georgia Tech, right? Then from there, he goes in and works at Google, straight out of college. But this is not a regular dude. This is not a dude that watch a Udemy tutorial or YouTube video. This is a dude that his journey's been going since high school. This is a dude going in, getting a master's in electrical engineering, going in, getting a doctor's degree at Columbia University, doing research assistant, right? This is a dude, this is like one of those fucking dudes that you be like, yo, how is this guy in this classroom? This guy could be a professor here. You know what I mean? You in there in the class and be like, yo, this one student that's always talking to the professor and they're going back and forth on ideas and the professor is impressed. That's that fucking guy. So yeah, he can go straight from college to fucking Google, but that's not the norm. That's not the average person, right? And this is the beauty of Google. Like, Google can choose the best of the best in the world, right? So again, another one, right? Bronx High School of Science. For those of you guys that don't know, right? Bronx High School of Science is one of the best high schools in the country. Go look it up. It's one of the best in New York, right? Then from there, he goes to Stony Brook, which is another really good university in Long Island, right? Then after he goes to Stony Brook, goes in, becomes a full stack developer for 3 years at a company in New York, right? And then after that, he goes in and applies as a Google software engineer. But guess what? He already have the solid background. He already have the years of experience that he had to put in. And then from there, he got in. I'm just giving you guys the facts, okay? Let's go in. There's another one, Justin Barnett, okay? This is just random people. I didn't have to do much. All I had to do is do the research. Go on LinkedIn, search Google software engineer, right? That will give you all of the results of examples of people of how they worked there, how they got there, and you could learn from that, okay? You don't have to have a boot camp or someone on social media sell you a dream on how to do this. You go in and you do the work, okay? You see how they got there, okay? University of Illinois, right? Did a software engineering internship at Uber, became a founder, right? Created his own company, right? Launched his own business, created 2 businesses, sold one, right? From there, goes to work at Amazon, which Amazon is like the easiest company to go and get hired as far as like FANG, right? But they overwork the shit out of you, okay? So keep that in mind, right? Then from there comes in, becomes software consultant, right? And then from there, he's like, you know what? I'm tired of working for people. Let me just go back into this FANG, ecosystem, get back into Google, right? And, software engineer, May 2022, right? In a time where people were getting laid off, he got hired. How is that possible? Look at his track record, right? So again, you could either go in and live in La La Land, or you could do what Fred is doing right now, which is, I'm building myself up. We're going to look back 5 years from now. We have no idea where Fred is going to be at. No cap. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DJ Norris, right? Let's see if we pull this up. Shout out to DJ Norris, senior software engineer, right? And again, this is what I tell you guys, right? Shout out to him, right? Look at this, okay? We're gonna go in, I want to take a look at this, okay? Shout out to DJ Norris, right? Student from CodingPhase.com came in, right? He was doing some bullshit work, cleaning boilers, right? Cleaning boilers in like hospitals and big buildings, right? Like there's a, you know how there's a boiler in your house? There's a big ass boiler for those big ass buildings, right? He will go in there, put on a suit, clean that shit up, right? I wish I still had the pictures that he had sent me. He came in, reached out to me on a summer, I think it was like 2018, 2019, goes in and says, hey, Joe, I've been watching your videos. I need to follow what you're saying. And I'm ready to work. Right now, I'm going to go on vacation. And it was like August. When I come back, I'm going to put in the work. I think it was like July, August, around there. Right? Dude came in, right? Put in the work and got hired like in 2 months. There's a huge difference between someone who does this shit 1 hour a week, 2 hours a week. Then somebody comes in and says, hey, man, I hate this job. I can't be doing this shit. I know I could do better. Right? Shout out to DJ Norris, right? You go in, look at his track record, okay? Came in the same way how everybody came in, okay? You know, his thing came to CodingPhase, right? Front-end engineer, did the, front-end engineering on this company, everything in Maryland, right? I remember when he had sent me the email, like, yo, Joe, I got hired. Boom. And all he learned was the basics, the fundamentals. But he had a solid portfolio and solid projects that he followed on, the things that I told him to do, right? And he followed it to the T. He also came in and did the internship program. He was supposed to get picked. I picked some other people. It didn't pan out. But guess what? He's so smart that he goes in and he does the same projects that I was doing with them on the internship program to test himself, right? Came in, did his thing. 2 months later, he got hired. Okay? Goes in. Now's been working for 5 years, basically, at NASA. Okay? Started from the beginning. From the beginning of this, right? Still to this day working at NASA. And again, you got to put some respect on that. But how does he do it, right? He puts in the work. He could be one of those people that came in and I'm going to dream about doing something. And I'm going to just follow all of these random people blindly. Guys, when I come in here, I'm trying to give you guys value. I'm trying to teach you guys something. I'm trying to make sure that you succeed. I'm trying to make sure that you win. You always got to remember, I don't make no money from these videos. I don't get $1. I go in and fucking show you guys right now on YouTube. This is my earnings. You tell me, what can I do with this, right? I'm not creating content to get views. I'm not creating content to be popular, right? You tell me, what can I do with $532? When just to maintain my house, right? Just to maintain it, before I even eat a candy outside, I'm already $11,000 in. That's just to maintain my house. That's to pay the bills, to pay for the cars, to pay for the mortgage, right? Pay for health insurance for my family. That's $11,000. What can I do with $532? I don't make no bread from this shit. You know how I make money? By providing value that really helps you out, okay? And then from there, once you see, oh, shoot, this guy's legit, let me go and check out his platform. You get what I'm saying? When you come to CodingPhase.com, guess what? I don't want you to come to CodingPhase.com and sign up for 1 month and be like, damn, this shit was garbage. I want to make sure that you're getting a very, very good value and you're getting the most bang for your buck to help you out in this process and get you results. Because if you don't get results, what you going to do? You're going to be like, yo, I'm out of here. This shit was garbage. And then when you're going to tell somebody else, that shit was garbage. Guess what? That doesn't happen when people come to CodingPhase, right? People come in. The people that do the work, they get the results. The people that don't do no work, that was on them. They bounce. There's nothing that I could do. It's like I'm a gym owner, right? I'm also the personal trainer, right? But guess what? If you don't show up to the gym, you don't listen to my workouts, you don't listen to the diets that I give you, you don't cook those pre-cooked meals that I give you, you're still gonna be fat. It's the same thing, right? But I get paid from actually helping people. So that's the thing. As soon as I decided to come into this platform, YouTube, I wanted to share my story with people so they could learn how to code, because I think it's very important, especially for blacks and Latinos, like no cap, and of course everybody. We could just say anybody that's poor, right? Because that goes for everybody. And poor doesn't mean that you're in the street. Poor means that you're living paycheck to paycheck. Because being poor in the United States is not the same thing as being poor in Dominican Republic, right? And being poor in Dominican Republic, you got a tin house, you got a wood home, right? You might not even have a car or anything. Being poor in the United States means that you're stuck in this fucking system where you either got to work every single day to be able to survive, right? Or you're basically living paycheck to paycheck. God forbid you take 1 week off because you feel sick. Now you can't pay your bills. You're poor. You're behind on your credit cards. You got $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in credit cards. You're poor, right? And it doesn't matter what race, what background, what's your ethnicity. If you're living in those situations, you're poor to the United States standards, right? This is a great country. This is why I love this country, because even when you're poor here, you can still live way better than anybody else in the whole world. That's the beauty of it. But it's not a good lifestyle, right? It's not a great lifestyle, right? You want to get vacations. Every human being needs vacation, needs to decompress. Every human being needs to be able to take some days off, because if you just work and never take a day off, guess what happens? You start getting sick. Your health start going down. Maybe you work in 2 jobs. And guess what? You can't even go to the gym. You can't even work out. So now you're getting fat because you're overworking yourself. There's so many different things that, being in a poor, bracket, that it just makes life sucks, right? It just makes it to fucking suck. So when I came in here, I wanted to share to people like, yo, this will help me get out of that shit. Because there's nothing better in this world than when I go in and I look at my bank account and there's hundreds of thousands of dollars. That just gives me a peace of mind. And I didn't get that shit from here, from like doing courses and doing this. No, I already had that when I was a developer. You get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have a high cost of living. When I started learning how to code and doing all this shit, I had a $110 cell phone bill from T-Mobile. I paid $700 for rent to my mom to help her out, and I had a car that I paid $700. So with under $2,000, I covered everything, and I wasn't really going out like that, spending like crazy or buying Louis Vuitton and shit like that. No, I just kept it simple, right? So if I earned $10,000 a month, right, I was able to save $8,000, $6,000 straight to the bank, saving it. I wouldn't be able to do that with any other regular job. So that helped me to get out of the system. Even me working as a developer, right, put me on a path to be able to create all of this that I'm doing now, right? Put me on a path to learn skills that I can reuse. Because sometimes you say, what business do I start? Starting a business could be difficult if you have no ideas, no skills, no ways to solve problems. But once you have a skill that can help people solve their problem, it's easy to come up with ideas to become a business owner. And then the fact that I was able to earn so much from my regular job, and I was doing things on the side, by the time I decided to not work for anybody no more in 2017, I left out of the game with $300,000. And guess what? My cost of living was very low. I could have stayed with those $300,000. I could have said, you know what? I'm going to go in and stretch this to 4 or 5 years. Pay myself $60,000, $70,000 and, and be comfortable until I figure out what type of business I want to create. But what regular job can you come in and be like, man, in less than 5 years, you already have 300 grand saved? What regular job? There isn't that many. And there isn't that many that you don't have to go to school for 4 more years. Which, to me, I always hate the fact that if you want to switch careers most of the time to something good, you got to spend 4 years out of your life on hold. Because that's what it really means. It means, shit, I got to put my life on hold for the next 4 years. And then from there, 4 years from now, I could get out of this hole. Becoming a developer is the best thing that I did, and has, most of the people that have come through here have been able to do. Like, everyone that's been in this game knows this shit is life changing. Not life changing like, yo, I'm a millionaire, I'm this and that. It just takes you to a different tax bracket and gives you a better lifestyle. Now, of course, if you know how to move right. What do I mean by that? Because right now I could go in and say, hey, man, I could help you land a job making $150,000, $180,000, but now you're spending like you earned $300,000. Yeah, you're back to square one. And a lot of people do that. You see that all the time. I've seen people on TikTok crying, oh my God, I got laid off from Google. I was making 300 and something thousand. I don't know how I'm going to pay my mortgage. How the fuck you don't know how to pay your mortgage? You was earning 300 and something thousand for 10 plus years, right? How you don't know how you're going to pay your mortgage? What's your savings looking like? What have you been spending your money on? Well, it's so expensive in San Francisco and so expensive in New York. Ask them where they live. They living in fucking places that cost $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month. Half their rent. They don't know how to move. Some of these fucking people don't know how to move. You could give them $1 million and they're spending $2 million. That's on you. You stupid. You're supposed to be in a bad situation, regardless, because you're just dumb. But for people that coming from the bottom, we see the opportunity that we could get in this game. We see how we could go in and make our lives better. Because it's not really about how much money you have. It's about having a better quality of life. And this is what development can give to you. Again, anybody that's interested in learning how to code, anybody that's interested in learning from me, my platform, go to CodingPhase.com. Links in the description, right? Get 20% off just to get started, right? And again, you could even book a session with me. You come to CodingPhase.com. Like I said, I'm not here trying to convince you. I'm not here trying to sell you on anything. I'm here to provide a service that you want. If you don't want the service, don't come to CodingPhase.com. If you say, I could do it on my own, good luck. I'll see you here next year. I'll see you here the year after that. Okay? You want to come in, you want somebody to help you out, have a team behind you, someone that has been doing this shit long enough. There's people that pop up, you're like, well, I'm doing a course. And this. I've been doing this shit for 7 years, since 2017, consistently helping regular folks get into the game and then put them on a path where they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to get that, come through. You don't have to waste no time. I'm giving you $10,000 in value. What a boot camp would charge you an arm and a leg and put you on a loan. I come in and I give it to you for $150. And if you go in and you book a call with me, I'll give you some discount. I'll give you $50 off. Make your life easy. $100. You're getting every single thing that we can offer you. 90 plus courses. The Tech Accelerator program, which is a step-by-step career guide. 12 hours of group coaching per month. Career paths from basically web producer, email developer, front-end developer, Shopify developer, back-end developer, full-stack developer. Curated jobs list. I'm searching for jobs for you. Okay? Give you the interview questions list, right? Recommended portfolio templates, unlimited portfolio reviews, right? So as you're building this, you're not just like building wild portfolios that's not going to get you results. No, I'm here to look at your work. I'm here to make sure you are guaranteed to get those interviews. And as you're going to these interviews, you're coming back to the Tech Accelerator, right, meetings or the accountability meetings, and you're discussing what happened in those meetings. And we'll start looking at what we can do to improve those interviews that you did with that company. So the next one, you get hired. You're not going to get that shit nowhere, not even in boot camps, because no one is dedicated to their students. It's just like a carnicero. It's a butcher shop. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you want? You want a piece of leg? Boom. Cut the meat off. Here you go. Get out of here. It's like McDonald's. You want a hamburger? What you want? Freaking Big Mac? What you want? Extra fries? Here, you want freaking barbecue? Give you the bag. Keep it moving. You go home. This is not even fucking barbecue sauce. Yo, I asked for barbecue sauce. Guess what? You went to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get a great service. You're not going to get, what you were supposed to get. You went to McDonald's. You go home and you start looking through your bag. You're like, oh, man, I'm about to eat this chicken nuggets right now. Next thing you know, hey, what the fuck? Yo, they forgot the barbecue sauce. You know what I mean? Guess what? That's what you're going to get. By the way, everybody that's in here, shout out to you guys. Let me check out the chat, what's going on in here. Yeah, man. So again, check out CodingPhase.com. Links in the description. If you need to, if you're one of those people that's on the fence and you're like, man, I don't know, it's $100. I'm going to tell you guys right now, you go to App Academy, right? You go to any of these platforms, right? This shit costs thousands of dollars, okay? This shit costs like $10,000, $20,000, and you most likely not even gonna get results. We could go in and search boot camp, right? Look at this one, Coding Temple, pay zero until you're hired, right? Full Stack Academy, right? It's like $20,000, right? Let's go in, program, full-time coding. Look, they don't even want to put the price. They don't. This is when you know they don't want to put the price, bro. Okay? Save 25%, 4,915, right? This means they charging $20,000 if this is 25% off. This is, the game is so rigged against you, right? And people don't even know. This is a marketing tactic, right? They go in and say, well, it's going to cost $20,000. But if you apply as a scholarship, right, we'll give you 25% off the tuition, right? That's $4,915. That's $5,000. That means they're charging $20,000 for this, okay? Now, the most interesting part of this is that, guess what? They wanted to charge you $15,000, but now they use this marketing tactic and say, we're going to give you a scholarship. There is no scholarship. They just fucking charging you what they were going to charge you anyways, which is $15,000. You get what I'm saying? So you do the math, right? If you come to CodingPhase.com, you do 1 year with CodingPhase, where we go in and we teach you everything that you need, help you out through the whole process, right? You sign up, let's say, for a yearly subscription, just to give you a quick thing, right? 1 year, that's $800, right? 20% off on the link right now, right? Just to give you, because sometimes people get scared about prices and be like, this is too. You have no idea how much you really actually saving, right? So we go in and we say, well, what's 800, right? Times 0.80, right? So you're paying $640 for 1 year. You go to this spot, you're paying $15,000, okay? So you're paying, let's say, let's say 640 times 100 divided by 15,000. You're paying 4%. Again, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to tell you with this, right? Just on 1 year of CodingPhase, okay? You're getting more value than any other boot camp, and you're getting more services than any other boot camp that's out here. Period. Okay? Trust me, I've done the research. So again, let's say 640 times 100, which is the 100%, right? Divided by $15,000, which is what it's going to cost you. And that's not adding tax or whatever fees or whatever extra shit that they want to add to it. But let's keep it 15,000, right? That means you're only paying for 1 year's worth of help at CodingPhase.com. You're paying 4% of what you will pay at any boot camp. Do you understand that? Boot camps are supposed to be like, hey, the higher tier because they're charging more. But guess what? We're giving you all of the things that a boot camp has plus more for 4%. That lets you know what it is that I'm trying to do with this company. Like, I'm not trying to make bread like that. What I'm trying to do is help people. But again, I got to pay the lights. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense that if I'm going to go in and work, sometimes 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day, that I go in and be like, well, I'll do this shit for free. That don't make no sense. I'm not Mother Teresa. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't get no grants from the government. Government don't come in. If the government came in and say, yo, we got some grants for you, Joe. Shoot, I'll do this shit 100% for free because I just love it. I love helping people out. I love getting people into the game because I know what it's going to do for their lives and for their family. The results is just the initial result of like getting your first job, but if you don't really understand the value that you're going to get after switching careers into tech, till 5 years down the line, you're going to be like, holy shit, my life is completely different. It took a 180 degree of like where I was going to. And my life is much better. Just the quality of life. So that's the thing that I love. It's powerful. You know what I mean? When I go outside, I'm like a celebrity. No cap. People, I go to the mall. Be like, CodingPhase, yo. I'm not famous. I'm just helping people. I'm not famous. I'm not a fucking influencer. I'm just a business owner that's helping people out and making it super affordable to get into this game. But it's a good feeling when I get to see people how their life change. And they appreciate it even more once they already got their job. This is why, most of the money that we make at CodingPhase.com, it's not even from the new signups. When somebody comes in and signs up, that's like a one-time deal. The people that we make the most money from is the people that come in and get their job and they stay with us a year, 2 years, 3 years. I have people that been with CodingPhase since 2017. We in 2024. Consistently, every single month, they are members of CodingPhase.com. Why? Because the value that we brought to them. They know for sure, shit, I paid $20 for this shit, and this dude got me into a job that I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars in my career, and all he charged me was $20. Shit, here you go. I'll stay with you, Joe. You get what I'm saying? It's, that's just how it works. You do good business for people, and people come back, and when they got it, they got it. They'll take care of you. That's my biggest investment. My investment is do the work now, and that pays off in the next 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that's in here in the chat. Let me see. We got Margarita. What's going on, Margarita? What's good? Coding fan, Stanislav, Volcan, Patrick Johnson, DJ Super. Yes, shout out to DJ Super. DJ Super got another great portfolio. He's one of the next ones getting hired. This guy's legit. He got a really, really good portfolio. Sir, I'm 24-year-old. What should I start my career into? Come to CodingPhase, bro. That's it. We already gave you enough game here. Come to CodingPhase, bro. Let me see. Let me see. We're in through here. Audio's out of sync. I don't know. Red Gold says audio fine on my end. Stop playing with me. Trust the process. Yes. Kareem, yes, sir. Says, I found out that recruiters, all they care about is work experience. If they just saw a portfolio, they consider you a freshman. Therefore, you get rejected even without viewing your portfolio. That's not true, Kareem. I don't know who's giving you this information, who's bullshitting you. I don't know who's doing that for you. You know, I hope that you find the real source in here and you can understand that this is bullshit. You know, whoever told you that is people that's losing, right? It's a bunch of losers that be online, right? That they have no idea what to fix. They have no idea how getting hired works because they are not business owner. They're not actually hiring people. So they don't know any of that shit, right? Most of the time it's some dude that's online that he's losing himself, right? And this is something that I always tell people. I don't want to hear from the losers, right? Because you have nothing to teach me. I need to listen to the guys that's winning. That's how I move. And you might say, yeah, but the guy that lost could tell you how he lost. Yeah, but a lot of times the guy that loses has this type of mentality where, again, I'm not saying for Kareem, but the person who told him that. Where somebody comes in and says, well, you know, recruiters really, you know, they're just looking for work experience. That when they see your portfolio, bro, nah, man, they already know you are fresh or you're a beginner. You get what I'm saying? There's people that work at Apple, at Google, at major companies and have portfolios. Portfolios is a way for you to demonstrate the skills that you have and actually showcase it. Okay? This is the same thing that a business owner does. If I go in and I run a company that is long service, right? Me sending a message or email to somebody and tell them, hey man, I could cut your lawn. That's cute and all, but I would like to see the work that you do. Right? So it will make more sense to have a website where you have pictures and videos of the work that you can actually do and at what level you're at. Okay? So again, this is just me doing a quick Google search, right? This is stuff that real businesses do. People keep thinking that getting a job is different than you actually running a business. All the things that businesses do, you can do yourself because it's just things that have been proven to work. Okay? If I have a lawn service, lawn company, right? Sam I am lawn landscaping. Guess what? If I send somebody an email or just have text here, this shit is not working the same way as if I have pictures of my work. And I have, you know, videos of my work, right? It's the same thing as a portfolio. I could send a resume. But guess what? What type of resume will really work? If I went to Berkeley College, right? Berkeley University. I went to MIT. I don't got to show a portfolio. I went to MIT. Those guys that go to MIT, they don't have a portfolio. They might have maybe a GitHub. Maybe. But I don't have to show shit. I went to MIT. Now, Kareem, this is the question I'm going to ask you. Did you go to MIT? Where did you learn how to code? What have you done for me to believe that you put on your resume, I can code HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, whatever? Node.js, Next.js. What have you done? Again, if I sound like I'm screaming, this is this is my regular voice. This is how I talk to my friends. So don't take it wrong. But what do you have that you can show that you have the skills to get this job? Nothing, right? So if you have nothing, the only thing that you have available to you as a tool is to actually show off your work. So again, this person who told you this, it's an idiot. It's most likely somebody that's losing, that they have a shitty portfolio and they have no idea what they're doing wrong and how to fix it. And they're like, man, I keep applying. You know what, man? This the shit that makes sense. Because I'm showing my portfolio, it's telling them that I'm a fresher. I'm a beginner. Do you understand? That's the mentality. That's the concept. There's certain things that people tell you that automatically tell you where they at in life. When I hear shit like that, I'm like, yeah, he losing. So whoever told you that is losing. You can't listen to those type of people, bro. You can't. They not doing shit. You know, and what's the name of it? What's the name of this freaking quote? Misery loves company. There's people that are miserable. They're not doing shit with their lives, and they love to bring you with them. Because guess what? If right now I'm not getting a job and you're not getting a job, right? And I come up with this fucking theory of like, hey man, you know what it is, bro? If you show up with a portfolio, they think you're a beginner. You get what I'm saying? Now, I'm losing, you're losing. I'm not giving a solution to how to help you fix your problem because I don't even know what the fuck I got to do to change and get a job. So those type of people are very dangerous. You got to be careful with those. They'll put you on a path where soon you'll be in the comment section. Man, the game is so saturated. I can't find a job. I can't do this and that. But then you don't actually go into what type of jobs you're applying to. You're applying to roles where there's guys who have years of experience applying to the same roles. What's your edge on that? Nothing. So of course you're not going to get an interview. There's way more qualified people than you in that type of role. You get what I'm saying? So that's the problem. But people never go in and look internally and say, what am I doing wrong that I can fix? This is why, when we do this accountabilities tonight, we're going to do an accountability meeting at 7 p.m. Eastern time on CodingPhase. This is what I try to teach my students. It's not the outside world. It's inner. It's you. You have to fix what you have to fix. So we have to go in and every week make a better portfolio, add better projects, make sure that everything is consistent, make sure that you're applying to the right jobs. Because guess what? If you're going in and you're applying to the wrong position, it's like a guy showing up to again, I always say this, like a guy showing up to a hospital and be like, hey man, let me do surgery here. Where's your PhD? Where you did your residency? You get what I'm saying? Now, if you show up to a hospital and you say, hey man, I want to be one of the guys that's moving patients around. You get a job. Probably not even with a GED. You don't even need a GED for that position. But guess what? Now you're building yourself up. Next thing you know, you're going to college, you're studying nursing, right? Now you're a nurse, right? Guess what? And it looks even much better. Hey, what do you know about being a nurse? Well, actually, when a few years ago, before I was going to college, I was one of the people that was helping moving patients from different beds. I know this code, I know this other code, this medicine code, this and that, right? I know how the hospitals work. Shit, you get the job more than the other person who also has a degree, but has no experience at all with being inside of a hospital. Put number one. I need you guys put number one. Does this example that I just gave you make sense? And do you understand how this shit connects to web development? Or put number two if you have no idea what the fuck I said. I need to know. I need feedback. I need to know, do people understand what I'm trying to tell you when I give you examples like this? Because if not, then I got to break it down better. Right? Put number 1 if you understand. Put number 2 if you didn't understand the idea of that story that I just gave you of someone trying to become a doctor at a hospital. And how does that connect to being a developer? Because I'll break it down for you very easily so you can understand. I like to bring it down to like normal terms where we're not talking big words. We're not trying to make... I want this shit to be easily digestible where anybody can understand this shit. You want to become a doctor. Guess what? There's a whole long process for you to become a doctor. Now, if you go in and you do it properly, you go in and say, well, shoot, right now I would love to work at a hospital, but I have no skills for me to be a doctor or anything like that. Guess what? It might take me 2 more years to get an associate's to be a nurse. But I could still work at a hospital. That's going to help me to have experience. So when I start applying as a nurse or I start applying as a hospital, I've been working in the hospital system already. There's a job right now in every hospital where there's people that go from room to room and help move patients. You don't even need a high school diploma for that job. That's the easiest job you can get at a hospital. You're getting experience. You're working with the doctors. You're working with the nurses. You're seeing what happens in an emergency. You're seeing all of this shit. All of this is preparing you for when you decide to become a nurse. Guess what? You want to become a doctor? You know that shit's going to take you 10 years and more. But guess what? You need a job now. So the easiest route will be to do it transition and do it gradually. Do the easy job, which is moving patients around. Then from there you go in, you might learn a couple of extra skills, and you might say, well, now I'm the girl in the front, helping patients get signed up or signed in, etc. Right? Now I'm learning from there. I'm still going to college because I still need to get a degree to become a nurse, right? It's the same shit as becoming a full stack developer. The full stack developer is the fucking doctor. Do you understand the concept now? The full stack developer is the doctor. That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate role. Now, what do? Do you stay at home waiting until you learn all of the skills to become a fucking full stack developer, and then you try to apply to jobs, and then they tell you you can't get a job because you have no experience? So now you got to go back to the beginning, learn the little things that's easy to do so you could get experience, and then from there go on this journey? Or do you be smart and say, I know this shit's gonna take me time, let me go in, and every time I learn a skill, I get a new job? Just like the people that showed you right here on fucking Google, right? Shout out to Shaitra Keshav. There's a lot of beautiful Indian women, yo. Shout out to the Indians, right? You know what I mean? Shit. I can appreciate beauty from every race, every country. Shit. Shout out to her. But again, look at her journey from India, building herself up. You know what I'm saying? Slowly but surely, but got to her dreams to where she want to be at. It's the same thing for all of us. 5 years, 10 years go like this. You know? So again, hopefully y'all understood what I was trying to tell you with that doctor, the hospital experience. Like, trust me, if you guys follow what I tell you guys, you're going to succeed. It's just a matter of time, right? But when you leave things to like chance, you're leaving it to chance. That's the worst thing you could do. Like, yo, man, someday I'll get an opportunity. I don't leave nothing to chance. I just go and do it. Put myself in the right place. Because if not, then it just becomes a dream. And guess what? Dreams can become true, but dreams can also just become just dreams and nothing happens. Now, if you go in and say, yo, I'm making this shit a goal, how do I go in and complete this goal, right? It's like a to-do list. You have all the steps that you have to complete to get to that goal. Now, a dreamer, right, it's somebody who goes in and says, I just want to be a full stack developer and work at Google. I'm just going to get there somehow. That's a fucking dreamer. Someone who has that as a goal goes in and says, well, I got to go from this step, this step, this step, this step, this step, and continues to check off all those steps. And then, holy shit, it's 5 years and I'm here. It's 3 years and I'm here. It's 10 years and I'm here. It's 15 years and I'm here. But you got to your goals. The dreamer, the majority of them, is just a fucking dream. That shit never becomes a reality. So, yeah. Sorry, guys. I get passionate. So I hope that people understand that when I come in here, I'm trying to give you guys value. I'm trying to help you guys out. I'm trying to motivate you. I'm trying to give you information so you can go in and make it happen for yourself. Okay? Jarrell says, I'm giving up on LinkedIn. To be honest, I'm a student. Every company I apply for asks minimum 5 years of experience. If there's no jobs as fresher, how am I supposed to get experience? We just cover all of that. How much you want to bet you're applying to the wrong jobs? How much you want to bet you're applying to the wrong jobs? Again, if you go to CodingPhase.com, there's a lot of information in here that will teach you everything, right? Okay, unlock your real potential with the Tech Accelerator program. What is the Tech Accelerator program, right? Here's some of the companies that hire the students, right? And this is where you guys are at. Are you feeling stuck in a dead-end job? Am I losing motivation? Why do I feel so drained in my job? Is this the right career for me? Right? Should I explore remote work opportunities? How do I break free from this career rut? Where will I ever find a job that offers flexibility and fulfillment? Is it too late to transition to a new career? Where can I find time to make a change? Right? And this is where you're at. Even if you're a student, this is where you're at because you're in a rut right now. You're applying to a bunch of jobs. You can't get no results, right? How do you get results? Okay? Come in. We break down what it is to be a developer, how much the developer makes, okay? We break down exactly what we do in the program, right, on CodingPhase. And then from there, you have this, your career timeline. This is where you're going wrong. You're applying to this, you're applying to this, and you're applying to this, expecting to get a job. Just because it says junior doesn't mean it's a junior position anymore, right? They're looking for people 1 to 2 years of experience. If the economy is not good, a company cannot take risk to hire somebody and then just train them for the hell of it. We need you to produce. If I have $100, right, and I'm trying to make $500, this $100 that I have to pay for a worker, right? I need to make sure that he produces because this is my last $100. You understand? That's where companies is at. Same way how you are, where you're at right now, companies and businesses are in the same position as you. People are not paying for shit. People are not buying shit. People are not investing in anything right now. People are not fucking taking risk. People are not even doing entertainment like they used to because there's no money floating around. Economy is not good. So as a business owner, every dollar that I spend, I need to make sure I get a return back. Me hiring somebody that has never done anything before for a high-paying position, right, it's a risk. Not only is it a risk because I'm paying you until you actually can give me results, but then usually what happens is a junior developer comes in, gets hired at a company, and then 2 to 3 months later, somebody comes in and offers them an extra $5,000, $10,000 more, and they leave. So after I trained you and got you ready to do the work that I need you to do, you go in and take that information and you leave to my competitors. Or you're quiet quitting. All the shit that was happening in the pandemic, we're seeing the results now, guys. This is why it's so important to see what's happening in the world. If you live in a bubble and don't pay attention to what's happening in the world as a whole, you won't understand what's happening to you. You're like, damn, why I'm not getting a job? Why are they asking for, a year, 2 years as a junior level developer? But before, they were hiring people who was a junior developer straight out of college or straight out of, freaking boot camp or Udemy or whatever. What happened? Everything that been happening in the last 3-4 years. That's what happened. And if you didn't know, you didn't pay attention to any of this shit, you wouldn't understand what's happening to you today. It's that simple. Now, what do? Do we cry it out? Do we go in? I can't get a job. This shit is so hard right now, bro. I can't even get a fucking job. Do we cry it out or do we fucking man up and say, all right, cool. This jobs that was 80, 90, 100,000 that they were willing to give junior developers a job and an opportunity, they're not there no more. Cool. I'm still going to get there. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and go to this other jobs that are smaller companies, medium-sized businesses, and I'm going to go in and get that 65, that 80,000. And next year I'll get that 90. Next year I'll get the 100. That's it. It's either you cry it out and be a little bitch and stay at home just crying about it, or you make something happen. One thing that is very important for people to understand is better to have some type of money coming in than zero money coming in. I've also seen people that can't get a job. They're trying to apply to positions that they wouldn't get hired, period. And then they look down at a job that is $45,000, $50,000, and they're like, oh my God, I would never touch that. Motherfucker, you don't even have a job. You don't make no money. How dare you say, I wouldn't take that job because it's too low. You don't even have any income coming in. How dare you to say, I wouldn't even take that job? Do you not understand that if you did take the job, that will put money in your pocket? That will actually give you experience for you to get the next role? But what do I know? I'm just a random dude with a hat on. Again, guys, I'm trying to help you guys out, okay? Let me see. What do I know, right? Let me see. What about Udemy courses? Udemy is like hit and miss. There's some good courses, there's some bad courses, but they don't teach you how to get a job. There's no one on Udemy, no one, that has a complete program like CodingPhase. Now, again, it's my program, and you might say, damn, this shit, of course you're going to say your shit is better than everybody else. But the truth is, it is. And it's better than everybody else for one specific reason. We're not just teaching you skills. We're teaching you skills to get jobs. And Udemy is like a library, right? It's great for once you already got a job and you already got in, you understand the process. You say, I want to learn Vue.js. Cool, go to Udemy, pay $10. Right? Cool, learn Vue.js. Yeah, I want to learn Solid. Cool, you go in, you can learn Solid. Right? But it's not teaching you in a correct way, in a correct order, what you need to get the job, how to get started, how to apply to jobs, how to build a portfolio. They don't teach you that. You will have to go in and buy one course from one guy, then learn from another guy. Even when you're learning, like, let's say JavaScript, this is why people get so confused, right? They go in and learn JavaScript from one guy, then they go to another course for React, and that guy's teaching JavaScript a different way. Then you go to another course and teaching Angular, and they teaching it a different way. There's no consistency. And it's great for some of you guys that already smart enough or have enough experience that can understand like how to pick the best parts of every course, but it sucks for a beginner. Somebody that's like, I've never done this shit before, and I got to figure out what's the best parts of the course, or I got to figure out what's this guy's teaching style and this other guy's teaching style, and how to connect both knowledge into my brain and figure this shit out. So that's the problem with Udemy. Udemy is a one hit thing, right? People don't even answer your questions. People don't help you out. You're basically on your own. And it's right? You know, you're only paying $10. What else do you want? It's like, here's the videos, here's the tutorials. Watch it. You pay $10. You can't ask for more than that. You can't ask me for anything after that because you just pay $10. But when you come to CodingPhase, right, you get stuck somewhere, I'm there. I'm having meetings with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one does this because it's hard work. You know what I'm saying? No one else, all the instructors, all the YouTubers, no one does this because this shit is hard work. It's much easier for me, if I want to be a YouTube influencer, to connect you to a boot camp and say, hey man, go check out App Academy. And they pay me $500 every single time that you sign up. So at the end of the year, I could make $100,000 just on signups from people that sign up to a boot camp. I mean, we could do the math right now, and I'll show you guys how this shit works to understand like the difference of what we do and everybody else does, right? What's, 100,000, right? Divided by 500, right? You're talking about 200 signups. You know how easy it is for somebody to have 100,000 subscribers and get 200 people to sign up to a boot camp? It's very easy. That right there is $100,000. Now, if someone goes in and does a Udemy course and has, let's say, 500,000, right? 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, TikTok, etc., right? And does a simple, 4 or 5 hour course on Udemy, they don't have to deal with answering questions. They don't have to actually care about getting you results. They don't have to really care about, any type of customer expectation because you only pay $10, right? So let's say someone that has 500,000, subscribers, let's go in and say 0.05 or let's say 0.08%. No, let's put it 500,000, right? Put it really low, 0.025%, right? That's 12,500 people. 12,500 people that will go in and purchase a Udemy course, right? For, let's say, $10. That's $125,000 automatically that they can make, and just with a 500,000 500 people as an audience. But guess what? They have no responsibility for your success, and that's fine because you only paying them $10. So if you only pay $10, you can't ask for much. So that's the difference of us and what everybody else does in all those Udemy courses. I have a responsibility that I want to provide the best value to you and that I want to make sure that you get results because I get paid when you get results. I don't get paid by you failing. I'm not charging what a bootcamp charges, right? Where they can say, well, if we get failures, etc., and people talk shit about us, it doesn't matter because we got 1,000 customers and they pay $20,000 each, right? So for them, they're making money regardless. For me, it's different. I might have, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 customers, But those 2,000-3,000 customers, I want to make sure I take care of them because I don't want them to talk shit about me, right? I want them to leave out of here with a smile on their face and be like, damn, this guy, provided me what I needed. Now, if they come in and they don't do the work, they can't talk shit because I'll pull up the receipts and be like, hey, well, this person didn't do the course. This person didn't do this, didn't show up to any of the meeting. So it could go both ways. That's why I like to have my program this way because it's like I have proof of who did the work and who didn't do the work. And we could see the correlation of how somebody that does the work get results and somebody that doesn't do the work gets nothing. So that's something that you got to keep in mind. But you can go to Udemy. You could go to any other fucking places. Just remember that you're getting what you're paying for. You're getting a fucking $10 course. You might as well just watch tutorials on YouTube. Like I've seen tutorials on YouTube that are really good. That I compare it to a Udemy course that I've seen. And I'm like, yo, I'd rather somebody just stay on YouTube. Just watch tutorials on YouTube. Watch from this channel, watch from this channel, this other channel. And then you somehow create your own curriculum. But again, then now this is where you could fail because you're taking from this guy, and you're listening to a bunch of people giving you different advice, trying to take you to different roads. And you got to somehow succeed. That's the problem of doing it that way. Let me see, we're in through here. Anyways, I'm about to get out of here, guys. Shout out to everybody in here. I got a meeting at 7 p.m. Eastern time with the students. Go check it out. Like I said, watch this live stream from the beginning so you can see all the good things that Fred has on his portfolio and how you can implement some of those things to your project. So you can see all of this work that he has here is like really good work. Like this is not a shitty portfolio. This is not a random to-do app. Everything that he has in here is legit. It's solid, right? So that's why he gets hired, right? And then from there, getting the interviews. Like once you get those interviews, just know that it's just a matter of time when you're gonna get hired. So shout out to Fred. It was his time, and yeah. Meeting 7:15. You know how I do it. It's at 7 o'clock, so people can start showing up. By 7:15 is exactly when we started. I just give people like an extra 15 minutes of time to get in the meeting. So yeah, man. Let me see. How will we find Shopify clients is my question on our own, not using Upwork. You can use advertisement. You create a website like for your agency, and then from there go in and target people that's in the e-commerce business and tell them, hey man, are you looking for a Shopify expert? You're looking for somebody to help you with your platform, your e-commerce company, e-commerce brand. My name is Brandon J. I'm looking to work with you. I work with any budget, depending on the task, but I'm more than capable of doing the work that you might need me to do on Shopify. And that's it. Creating advertisement like that. Look at some of the examples that's out there and just put it up. Target specifically business owners that's in e-commerce and Shopify, interested in Shopify, right? That way, anybody that's looking at this, there's going to be people who already have a store, and there's people that are thinking about opening up a store. And what you do is you basically let them know that you can do the work for them. Then they sit down, right? They click on your ad, book a call with you, and you hop on a call with them. You know what I'm saying? Hop on a call with them, explain to them what you're going to be able to do for them. Some people, you're going to be able to get a project that's like, $5,000. Some people, you might just get a simple project that's $100. But guess what? If you're running advertisement and let's say, for example, it costs you, let's say $10 per person that you get to talk to, that's some good numbers. Because you could go in and say, well, this month I spent, let's say on total, this month I spent $300 to get those clients, but I was able to make $4,000 back from the work. Then the advertisement makes sense. And as you continue to grow and you have a better offer, or maybe you start hiring contract workers, because most people don't even know how to do this shit. They don't even want to take their time to create a video, right? So, or create a company, etc. So this is where you now become a boss. Now you're the face of the company. You go in, you hire a couple of guys in India, a couple of guys in Nigeria, Colombia, wherever the hell, right? And you say, hey, man, I'm going to pay you guys $2,000. I'm going to pay you $3,000 for helping me with this, with building this projects for this companies. Now you build your own little team, right? And then let's say, for example, you're bringing in $10,000. You got 2 workers for you. Now you're focusing on making sure to bring more clients to you, more advertising, etc. Networking, going to Facebook groups, etc. You're not really coding; other people are doing it for you. But with $5,000, that covers that. Now you're going in and you're trying to scale your agency to bring more customers to you. Guess what? You're making $20,000 a month. Guess what? You'll pay $5,000 to your workers. You keep $150, and then over time, right, you give them an increase, right? It's something that's that's reasonable. Because again, when you're the owner, your life is not to make your employees rich, right? That's not your how you call this, like your responsibility. Your job is to make your company profitable. Always keep it at profit, right? And again, if those employees don't like it, there's somebody else that's gonna come in and do the work. That's just how it is, right? Sometimes people think like, well, if I make $20,000, I should go and give my employees $10,000 of that. That's not how this shit works. That's not how it works. That's not how business works. And this is why you also have to understand, when you work for a company, you understand what you're signing up for, right? If you go in and you work at a company and you make $1 million, the owner could feel good enough to say, damn, I'll give my employees $5,000 each, But he's not going to go in and say, I'm going to take out of $5 million, I'm going to take $1 million and split it up between my employees. That don't make no sense, because it's your business. That doesn't make sense. It's the same thing as like when I have my businesses, as far as employees, I spend around, on a monthly basis, around probably like $8,000, $9,000. Now, if I make $1 million, that don't mean I got to give $100,000 to my employees. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You get what I'm saying? So, because I have other expenses and I'm taking risk. Now, when this shit falls through and I'm not making no more money and my businesses go down, whatever could happen, right? Guess what? Those employees won't come in and say, well, man, it's okay, Joe. I'll work with you for free. I know times is hard. No, they're all expecting to get paid. I'm the one taking the risk. That's the thing that you have to understand once you start getting into this point where you become a boss. Is like, there's certain responsibilities that you have to handle, but there's a reason why you're doing it, right? And a lot of people don't understand that unless they're in the other side of the table. Okay. But guys, I'm gonna see you guys later. It's your boy Joe, back at it again, CodingPhase.com. Hopefully you guys got a lot of value. I hope that you guys enjoy this, right? I'll see you guys later. Like I said, check out CodingPhase.com if you want to learn more about CodingPhase. Come check it out. Again, Diamond membership, best way to save money is always sign up for 6 months subscription, a yearly subscription. You're always going to get the best deal when you do that. Also, too, if you have any questions that you want me to answer, you want me to sit down with you, hop on a call, all you have to do is click right here, book a call, right? For anybody that's looking to sign up for the Diamond membership, I'm not doing consulting. I'm not reviewing portfolios. I'm not, having a conversation with you like, hey man, how you doing, Joe? I'm not here for that. I'm here to provide a service. So if you're looking for a service and you got questions about the service, let's sit down and let's talk, right? I know sometimes people hit me up and be like, hey, Joe, can I have half an hour of your time? I'm like, bro, you know how much stuff I got to do in a day? I'll sit down for somebody that's looking to sign up to the service and I can answer their questions. But I cannot sit down with anybody just to have a conversation of like, how was your day, Joe? Like, I don't have time for that. I'd rather give that time to my kids. All right. As you guys can see, I did just today. I the whole morning I was looking for job opportunities for my students. From there, hopped on like at 1:00 till now on this live stream. From there, I'm gonna relax for a little bit, eat a little bit of food, and then prepare for tonight's meeting. And then I'm working till 9:00 at night. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the meetings might go even to 9:30. So I'm working the whole day. That's 12-hour shift, guys. Okay? And you might say, why the hell Joe does it? Because I love it, right? I enjoy this thing. But as you can see, my time is valuable. I'll sit down with somebody that's looking to be a diamond member of CodingPhase, but also to just respect my time, respect the time that's there. Okay. I'll see you guys later. See your boy Joe back at it again. CodingPhase.com. Take care. Peace.